Hello and welcome to Just Me, Paula Gigi, and Carnivore. I started Carnivore just a few months back and I was enjoying it, but then I went and tried the BBB&E, and so I'm going to give you a little update on what's been going on in my life since my last video. And the first thing I want to say is, as you know, some of my last videos I was talking about that I still have my coffee, and I was having about 4 and 5 cups a day with cream and with stevia, the liquid stevia, only 2 drops of stevia. Anyways, I stopped the stevia, I stopped the cream, and now I'm doing 2 cups of coffee a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and I don't have any cream and I don't have any stevia. But what I do have is I have 1 whole egg and my 2 tablespoons or 3, depending on if I've had enough fat, tablespoons of butter in my fatty latte coffee. And so I've been enjoying that. Matter of fact, I was at my daughter and son-in-law's last night and I had a coffee. I told them, yeah, I'll have a coffee, just make it the regular way. And so they made it my regular way, and it was okay. But it wasn't good to me anymore. I really have grown fond of the taste of the fatty latte, and I enjoy that. And I probably will keep up with that for a while. And in the afternoon, I have just a fatty latte, which is the butter and the egg, and then I put a teaspoon of vanilla and 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then I mix it in hot water. I mix it all up in hot water, and that is my afternoon refreshment, and I really enjoy it more than a cup of tea. And in the afternoon, instead of a coffee, it's a refreshing break from the routine. So that's one thing I've been doing. Another thing I've been doing is, as I said, I am carnivore. My husband is keto, and I teased him because he's really more ketovore than he is keto, because in the morning I give him a very carnivore breakfast and we sit and enjoy that together, but in the evening he gets a keto dinner because he still has his vegetables. So he's enjoying that. I was saying that sometimes, first of all, I eat when I'm hungry, and if I'm not hungry, I don't eat. So breakfast is my biggest meal because it's going to get me through my day. I'm a breakfast person now. I never used to be a breakfast person in my life, but I'm the type of person that gets up at 4 in the morning, sometimes 3:30, 4, 4:30. It's always in that vicinity. Once I'm awake, I'm awake. I got to get up because I just can't lay in bed. And so I get up, and that's the beginning of my day. So usually by 8:30 at night, I'm ready to really wind down. 7:30, my brain has stopped working. It's just in like zone. And so, anyways, I've been enjoying the keto. It gives me lots of energy. I've noticed a change in my body structure. My clothes are fitting better. I haven't lost any weight. Matter of fact, I gained a pound this week, but I'm not worried about it. I was telling my daughter, some days I eat 1,200 calories, some days 1,500, and one day I ate 3,000. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did, and it didn't seem to do much of a change in my body or in my, my diet, as far as like gaining weight or anything like that. Another thing I wanted to tell you is, I'm trying to think now what I was thinking about. Oh yes, I'd noticed about a couple weeks ago a change, and but I thought, well, might be my imagination. So I just kind of kept an eye out to see what was happening. When I was vegetarian, a strict vegetarian for 8 years, that was it. It was just the vegetables and the fruit. That was it. But then after the 8 years, I decided to add fish, eggs, and dairy. And so I still stayed vegetarian. I'd eat salads when we went out and so on and so forth. And all that time, I really had IBS really, really bad. I'd always had it all my life anyways. But during that time, and I never gave it much thought, I just thought it was the breads that I was eating. So I quit eating breads, and it seemed to get a little bit better. And but it still kept on. And like I said before, I went carnivore. Actually, before I went keto, I'd had a really bad flare-up, 2 really bad flare-ups, and I had lost a severe amount of weight. I was very weak. I could barely get myself out of bed. I would make myself get up and just do. what I normally do every day, even though I didn't feel like doing it. But that improved when I went to carnivore. And so then I started feeling better. So back to what I was going to tell you. When I was vegetarian and right up through until keto, well, even through keto actually, I was losing tons of hair. I would lose a palm full of hair in my palm. And I used to say, I don't know why I'm losing so much hair. Well, the last 2 weeks, I'm not losing so much hair. And yesterday, I was just curious. I took it out of the drain, out of this little drain thing, and I put it in my hand. Guess what? About the size of that little indentation in my hand, about the size of a nickel. And I was thoroughly amazed. And I was telling my daughter about it last night. That's the least I've ever shed of hair when I've taken a shampoo. And so I was excited about that. And I'm enjoying my my carnivore diet, but I'm mostly BBB&E, beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. I do get in 1 stick of butter every day because I get 2 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons in the morning with my latte, and then again 2 tablespoons at lunchtime, and then 2 tablespoons or 3 at nighttime. So I'm getting in the full stick of butter on my diet. I prefer beef above everything. I especially love a good steak cooked just right, or a burger that is almost rare, and I'll eat it that way, and it just tastes so good. And so I'm enjoying that. And I told my husband, I'm not going to push you to be carnivore, but I wish you would be. And I'll tell you why, folks. Because to me, it's such an easy diet. You just buy meat, keep meat on hand, and eat when you're hungry, and don't eat when you're not hungry. If I happen to eat and I've got some scraps left over of meat, I'll cut it up small, and then I'll make an omelet the next morning for breakfast, because my husband and I do still like omelets, and so I'll put them in my air fryer. And usually within 15 minutes, they're in iron skillets. I put them in my air fryer, and in 15 to 20 minutes at the max, they're both done cooking, and we put them on our plates, and they are just so tasty. And so it's a nice refreshing change from the usual. When we get up, we have usually beef liver, bacon, and egg. And I make mine a little stack because I have one, and one. And I make a little stack, put butter on that, pepper and salt on that, let it melt all over and eat it up. It's so good. And so anyways, that's my story, and I hope this is helping somebody. Like I said, I just want to share what it's doing for me. I watch a lot of videos about a lot of people doing carnivore, and there are tons of people on here, but everybody has different experiences. And so I just wanted to get on and share mine. And like some people have said, it's nice to hear from people in my age group, because most of the people on there doing the carnivore and the keto and such diets are all much younger than you or I may be. And so they may not notice a lot of the changes that we would notice, or actually in their youth, they would really probably notice quicker the things that are taking place in their lives. But anyways, you have a wonderful day and a great weekend. And listen, let's just do carnivore more. And if you can do the BBB&E, I'm going to tell you, I think if you can focus on that, you will enjoy it. And yes, I do still have those coffees in the morning and night. But like I said, that may not continue either. I don't see anything wrong with having my coffee. Some carnivores have coffee, and so I'm going to have my coffee, because BBB&E, they don't have coffee so much, but that's okay. We all do what we can do, right? And do it to the best of our ability for us. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm doing it for me. And if it makes me feel better, then touche. Away. Let's go carnivore. Let's go BBB&E. Have a good day and a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye.